Good evening, this is the Dean of All Things Spicy with Conjured Vaporz Peppers, and I'm here to do a pepper review. So this is a Moruga Scorpion crossed with a Hatch Chile. So the Hatch is a very well-known chili out of New Mexico. Absolutely a delicious chili. In the fall, in New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, possibly part of Utah, you will find stands and stands and stands of Hatch green chili salespeople. And what they're doing is they have this big tumbler barrel and they're tumbling the Hatch green chilies over an open flame and they're roasting them. So then you take the outer shell of the Hatch, the outer skin of the Hatch off, and you freeze it. That's what we do. And all year long, you use that those peppers, to heat up your food, whatever it is you do. So me and my family, we do a pork green chili over Spanish rice, which came from my godmother. And we use Dynamite green chilies, which is a city adjacent to the town of Hatch, or a farm adjacent to the town of Hatch. So they're Hatch chilies, but they're not Hatch, because if you grow a pepper outside of Hatch, New Mexico, you cannot officially call it a Hatch pepper. But anyway, Moruga Scorpion crossed with a Hatch green chili. I'm assuming that this is a very low filial hybrid, because I've grown indoors. I've grown 3 plants. One came out with pods looking more like it's an interspecific cross, right? And it looks like an interspecific cross. So for those who may not know, inter meaning between, specific meaning species. So a Hatch is a Capsicum annuum, excuse me, and a Moruga Scorpion is a Capsicum chinense. So interspecific, a chinense and an annuum. So this one looks a little bit more like a chinense, whereas the other 2 plants I have, they look almost purely annuum. So I'm assuming this is a very low filial, possibly F2. I don't know for sure. I just got the seeds as Moruga times Hatch. So who knows? But anyway, let's use the pepper dissector. Let's jump right into this and see what it tastes like, and looks like, and smells like. Sorry, got a hiccup there. Haven't even touched the pepper. Haven't even opened the pepper. And I'm already hiccupy. So, it smells like a chinense. It doesn't smell like an annuum. So, that's what the inside looks like. So, possibly not quite fully ripe. Yeah, seeds look like they might be ripe. But that green line down the center tells me it's possibly not fully ripe. But anyway, let's dive right in and see what a Moruga crossed with a Hatch tastes like. So, this interspecific cross was more on the chinense side. So, very, very, very slightly fruity on the very front end, and then bitter. And then right at the last part of the chew, it became floral. The heat level, I think at about 900,000 Scoville heat units. Right around a ghost pepper. I don't think it's any hotter than that, but let's dive into the second one. So the burn, mostly middle of my tongue, middle of the roof of my mouth. Yeah, a little bit in the throat. Number 2. The inside. The inside looks a lot like an annuum, but it tastes more like a chinense. Tastes more like a kind of scorpionish. So this one was slightly more fruity, possibly a little more ripe. Juice got me in the throat. So I have a lot of pods on the plant. Just most of them still have some green on them, and I don't want you to have to get a truly underripe pod review. I think the second one was slightly more ripe than the first one, but only slightly. It's hitting me exactly the same spot, middle of my tongue to the back of my tongue, slightly in my throat, but only slightly. And I'm thinking, yeah, right around 900,000 Scoville heat units. I'd say not quite a million. Eyes are maybe a little glassy, but only a little bit. So, that's the pod review for the Moruga cross with the Hatch green chili. I will be reviewing a different variant, a different phenotype of the Moruga cross with the Hatch whenever those peppers ripen. Those ones look a lot more like a annuum. They look like really tiny serranos. But anyway, so that's it for that one. But I had some more pods ripen on my evil avocado that turned golden purple. And I figure, why not? Let's eat one. I really like the color combination on these. So I've had a couple suggestions. One was evil papaya, because it kind of looks like a papaya, maybe. Then I had another one, Spyro, the dragon, from Sega, I think, was golden purple. So perhaps Spyro berry? I don't know. You guys tell me. If you come up with a different name, cool. You'll help me name this new pod. If, in the next generation, they put out this color. Anyway, pepper dissector. Those Moruga cross with the Hatches just didn't burn me enough. So. But this is gonna. Cheers. I like this flavor so much more Slightly earthy. A hint of bitterness and a hint of floral. So I think this pod was more ripe than the last pods that I reviewed for you. Sorry about the ring light. Yeah, I like this flavor a lot. This reminds me a lot more of the actual evil avocado that ripens mustard, but green and black. Or green and purple, it just looks black. This burn is more on the front half of my tongue, whereas the Moruga Cross with the Scorpion was right in the center, slightly to the back. This one's more middle to the front. The heat level is quite a bit hotter. It's that heat level that kind of makes you want to go, you know? So, it's still climbing. This should bring me to a tear. But I'm not sensing one forming yet. But it's quite a scorcher on the tongue. Anyway, number 2. Cheers. Ooh, that one was hot. Maybe because it was my 4th pepper. And I'm not used to, lately, I'm not used to eating 4 peppers at once. I am, but with food. And frozen peppers, so I'm excited that pepper season's coming. If any of you are watching this far into this video, thank you. I appreciate you. My biggest problem right now is I have a groundhog that's tearing into my pepper plants. It's not fun. I tend to put like habanero powder around the pepper plants. Happy tear. But it's been raining so much that it just washes the habanero powder away, so it's not preventing the groundhog from getting to my plants. It is what it is. So far he or she has not eaten the entirety of any of my plants, so there's still foliage on them. It's only a few, it's probably 12 to 15 plants total, but still a problem, right? So yeah, after the second evil avocado, spiroberry, whatever you want to call it, evil papaya, spiroberry, whatever you want to call it, my heat level, out of a 1 to 10 pain scale, I'm probably at about a 5.5 to a 6. Probably a 6. I'd say a 6. Especially with the fact that a tear fell. I'd say I'm at a 6. So, anyway, that's it for tonight. 1 tear formed and fell. And there you go. So you got the review of the Moruga Cross with the Hatch and another of the Spiroberry. Or any name that you guys come up with. If you have a name for it, leave it in the comments down below. This is the Dean of all things spicy with Conjured Vaporz Peppers. Have a beautiful night. I'm out.